Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. So let's talk about the selector. Alright, if you guys go to this section right here, you can basically purchase a selector, and this is going to be available to purchase every 6 months, right? So right now, we are at the, I don't know what anniversary we are at, 3.5, I think, right? So I've already gotten the selector. It's going to cost you $20 US, convert to your country's currency. This is going to be a very good value if you're looking to get a specific character from the selector. Now, hopefully in this video, I can show you guys who are available right there. All right. Keep in mind, you're also going to get a 10 recruitment ticket alongside with that. So basically, you get 10 pull and a 3-star student choice ticket. There's also going to be one more that gives you the guaranteed one. All right. If you go to the recruitment right here, you can see one is going to be the choice ticket, all right, the selector. One is going to be this particular one, a guaranteed recruitment. This one is going to be random. You can't really choose who you get right here. However, you have a chance, if you want to whale and risk it, you have a chance to get some of the fast students here as well. You can see there's Mika, Hoshino Arm, Shiroko Terror. Those are going to be available right here, all right, if you want to risk it, right? But other than that, let's focus on the selector in this particular video. Let's talk about it. So in this video, let's have a look at all the options for players. Alright, we're going to split it into striker, special. I'll give you guys my honest thoughts, opinions, who are going to be the best meta student to obtain right here. Alright, so let's categorize them in the list or in the tier so that we are all aware. You guys will be like, it's much easier for you guys to look at it from a perspective. Alright, for striker students, I'm going to place them in priority. Okay, so number 1, number 2, number 3, etc. This is going to be like a rankings in terms of who I think is going to be the most worth character. Now, if you guys don't have already, Camping Hair, very strong character. So this is going to be one of the main attack buffers for a lot of players moving forward. Now, if you guys are saving for Kisaki, that's going to come later on, about 2 to 3 months from now, I think about 2 months from now, then Camping Hair is going to be a very strong character. She is going to give you attack buff. Alright, this is at level 1, but at level 5, I think it goes up to 80% attack buff. So you should definitely consider them. As you can see, 80.4%, very strong. She's also going to be able to boost even more in a circular area and can also increase her own attack. And this one is just for her to do a little bit more damage. Very strong character. She's going to be a very good striker attack buffer, competing with Himari in the special slot. Now the truth is, once Kisaki come, you are most likely going to take Himari out and put Camping Hair right there. And that's going to be how most players are going to move on forward in the meta. I do think that she is going to be one of the most important target to get right here in the striker slot students. Alright, now a lot of these students right here, you are going to be able to farm them mostly, right? Like Azusa. Asuna Bunny is now available in the, I believe, the Grand Assault shop. Cherino, I still think is going to be really strong. She is still going to be one of the few students that can give you cost regen. Alright, alongside with, there are notably some new ones as well. They also add Camping Kotama here. She is going to be available here. Alright, Cheerleader Kotori, she is going to be new as well. Koyuki is there. Meru is an option if you guys are interested in that. We also have the swimsuit versions for both Miyako and I believe Saki as well. And then Ryan J was added recently as well. There are notably some new students being added right here. You also have the option for swimsuit Akamo, Ui. So I feel like Ui, for most players, she might be a good second option. Now, there are going to be a lot of players saying that she is probably going to get replaced by Seiya. Now, the truth is, Seiya is still quite new in the JP server. She just came out a couple of days ago, right? So we don't really know if that's true or not. But even then, she's probably still going to be the staple students to try to reduce cost by half. Alright, for a lot of players, that's going to be a very good synergy with a lot of other EX skill cost heavy character like Mika or even Arm Hoshino recently, right? So those are the 6 costs. You can half them up to 3 costs. Now, even if Seiya is going to replace her, you are still going to sometimes need to use 2 characters or 2 teams rather, right? So you put one of them in each team. So she is going to have her place right there. So I think she's going to be, in my humble opinion, a very good second option after Sea Hair. Alright, but I still think that Camping Hair in that case should still be most players' priority. But it does depend, right? It's going to be a toss-up between these two for sure. Definitely both are going to have a lot of usage, alright, in terms of the cost. Alright, the next up that I'm going to mention, of course, earlier I did mention Cherino. I still think she's a very, very strong character due to this particular passive regen that she has. Alright, she's one of the few striker slot students that gives you cost recovery. Alright, this is going to be quite rare, and when you put her in, you don't even need to use her EX skill. You bring her in just to cycle the cost faster so that you can basically activate everybody's EX more often. So I think Cherino is going to be one of the top tier students to definitely consider. She is a very, very good option for a lot of players. Now, who else is going to be notably very, very good? I try not to recommend characters that are, going to be replaced or has already been replaced, or characters that you can get easily as well, right? Because the truth is, some of these students can be invested in a way, like for example, like Izuna, she can be farmed, Koharu can be farmed, Kokona is a decent option, but she is available there in the standard banner. Do you really need her compared to the other few? Maybe less so. She is good for endgame content, but I feel like she can be a priority if you're looking to get someone to heal, a single target healer. She's a very strong student that can also give you a little bit of cost recovery as well, or not cost recovery, cost reduction in one of her passive skill. I believe it's this particular one, which is kind of decent actually, to basically use in the Fury of Set. Very, very strong right there. Maki is strong, but I wouldn't pick her here because she's free in the Total Assault shop. Same applies for the few others. Another one that I think I can mention, notably recommends as well, is going to be, if you care about PvP, I guess Shun. She's still really, really strong. You can sort of reroll for her, but Shun is one of the few characters that until now, she still doesn't really have a place to farm her shards. Alright, I still think she's a very, very prominent character due to that factor alone. And also, I forgot to mention, New Year Kayoko is a very strong Mystic type. Now, where do I prioritize New Year Kayoko in terms of the rankings here, right? I feel like for the Camping Hare, Ui, Cherino, you can use them way more often than a New Year Kayoko, because New Year Kayoko is strong, but she shines in Mystic raids. Alright, so she is going to be specific to that element. If you're fighting like a piercing type raid or an explosive raid, you probably don't need her right there. So it does depend. If you are looking to gather or recruit a very, very strong buffer, she could be above Cherino in terms of priority, I would say. Alright, in terms of like just the overall usefulness because of how strong she is. Now let's talk about the special students then. Now we have more options, way more right here. There's plenty of new students that you can consider recruiting, and if you guys are not aware already, a lot of these are going to be even more important, especially for new accounts moving forward. Alright, number one priority. Who should be number one? Now this is going to be a very, very hard toss-up. I would say it's going to be a toss-up between Akko and Swimsuit Shiroko. Alright, so these two are going to be very, very strong. It depends on which content you want to tackle more on. You don't really use Akko in PvP, you use Swimsuit Shiroko a lot there, and she's going to be one of the few exclusive students that shine right there. But Akko is more centric towards PvE, like raids, Total Assault, Grand Assault, etc. So Akko definitely is going to shine. Now Himari is also going to be a very good one in terms of buffing. Akko buffs crit damage for those of you who are not aware, and crit rate, whereas Himari buff attack percent. However, Himari, you might be able to get away with not having her because in 2 months time, we will have Kisaki. However, I still think Himari is a very strong contender, alright? Now, I feel like in some instances, you can probably get away with not having her anymore if you are certain that you will be getting Kisaki. But that's not to deny that she is weak, alright? She is still a very strong character with cost regen overall. This is going to be a very useful skill overall. I still think that for a lot of students, for a lot of players, definitely she's going to be a very, very solid option. Alright, if you pick her, you can use her in the second or third team. Definitely a lot of things to benefit from. Now, as for the third choice, Iroha is going to be a very strong one. Alright, she is going to be much more of a DPS student. Alright, so definitely also an option for a lot of players. Swimsuit Shiroko, in my humble opinion, should be the priority, and Akko right here. and then Himari and Iroha. So this is going to be for the special students. The rest of these, you don't really need them as much. Saya can be farmed, Casual Saya can be farmed in the story. Nadoka Hot Spring is decent if you're looking for a student to heal, alright? But then we have, right now in this literal event, we do have Asuko for free that you can obtain and you can use as a healer. Also Koharu is free as a healer as well. For a lot of players, there's just less need for Nadoka Hot Spring nowadays. And Senna, you can basically purchase her in one of the shop as well. So all of these students, you can basically gather some use out of them, but I would say the one that's consistent that you're going to use a lot is going to be these 4. Alright, so again, consider skipping Himari if you get Kisaki and prioritize on hair instead, camping hair. So she is going to be the meta attack buffer moving forward. So these are going to be the list of students that I recommend you guys to pick from the priority for Selector. You can either follow this list, or if not, you can just click on the unknown students and consider picking it from this particular list depending on who you don't have. Alright, so with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Subscribe, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.